Yo, what's up, everybody? I go by the name of Mr. Slapside, and anybody that comes across this video because of the title, NFL predictions for the playoffs, I just want to share my predictions. And before I get into that, I want to share my history of why I love NFL or just football in general. For me, it all started back in the days when my dad used to bet on pretty much NFL games and all that. So I grew up during the Peyton Manning, Tom Brady era. I'm a big Patriots fan because that's one of the teams I watched when I was growing up. So I remember those days, just Peyton Manning getting all bloody, because his offensive line was weak, but he would just still score and all that. So I was definitely watching that time, and I was watching when Drew Bledsoe was playing. Then he got hurt. Then Brady came in, and the rest was history. And then as I kept watching football, I learned it, and I was able to just understand it more when I played fantasy football. I've been playing fantasy football for like 10 years now, 15 years almost actually, and I'm a seven-time Super Bowl champion when it comes to fantasy football. Played a lot of FanDuel, made some good money on FanDuel before FanDuel merged with DraftKings and all that. I was making more money back then, but yeah, putting that all to the side, I pretty much understand all the matchups. And I mean, for me personally, this is all just my personal opinion. We don't know for sure who's gonna win, but sometimes if it plays right and the turnovers are on the lower side, a lot of these predictions may just come true. So let's start with the AFC. I want to talk about the Jaguars Chargers. We all know the Chargers are gonna edge that one out, probably by a field goal. And then we got the Bengals Ravens. It's gonna be a close game, especially if Lamar Jackson's there. It's gonna be closer than everyone expects, but we all know Burrow's gonna edge that out, obviously. Bills Dolphins. Bills will kill the Dolphins. I just feel like they're just inconsistent, with the whole Tua situation, him getting concussions and all that all the time. It's just, I feel like he should retire with that, man. I mean, it's rough, man, but it's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be definitely high scoring, but I just feel like the Bills are gonna edge it out, especially with the whole situation with Damar Hamlin and all that. So yeah, NFC side, we got the Cowboys Buccaneers. I want the Buccaneers to win. I really want them to win. My heart wants them to win, but honestly, let's be real here, man. The Cowboys are just too loaded. They will win that game. They will edge that out because they're gonna get ahead with all that firepower. And then Buccaneers, they're just gonna be coming from behind, and obviously the offensive line is just, it's not the best right now, but we'll see though, man. I mean, Brady is great at manufacturing drives and just pretty much picking apart defenses and all that. Vikings Giants, really close game that could definitely go to overtime. The other matchup they had, it was close, but I want to give it to the Giants. The Giants are just a really gritty team, super balanced. Remind me of the 49ers a lot. I wouldn't mind them playing against the 49ers. Seattle Seahawks, 49ers, really close game. 49ers will edge it out. And then, I want to see a Kansas City Chiefs 49ers rematch. I really want to see that. I feel like with Purdy and, Christian McCaffrey, taking the lead, oh man, I feel like that would be a great matchup. Just, that rematch would just be perfect. I feel like 49ers could win it this time, what I mean? But if that's not the matchup, we can go with like a Bills Eagles for sure. Wouldn't mind a Bengals Eagles. That'd be so fire, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I mean, you just never know though, right? I just feel like the Giants though, that team is kind of dangerous. That's a team you don't really want to play against. Obviously the Giants, man. And the Chargers, I feel like the Chargers, if they could get it going, they're really healthy right now. Joey Bosa back. We got Keenan Allen. I just feel like the Chargers can go far too, man. Like, I would love to see like a Chargers. What would be a good one, guys? Like Chargers Cowboys or something? That'd be pretty good, man. But yeah, man, my prediction, I strongly feel, something is just telling me the Chiefs and 49ers are gonna rematch. I feel like the Eagles, they will fall to like the Giants or the 49ers, like just something weird, like it's just, especially the 49ers, man. I feel like that's a kryptonite to Eagles just because of that defense. They will contain them, but obviously having the home field advantage, that's a big thing. And if not, man, let's get that Bills Eagles going, man. I mean, that's what everyone wants to see, so if not, we can go with like a Bengals 49ers. I feel like that would be pretty fire, but I feel like if they match up, Bengals will beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl just because of Burrow. He was just there last year, and I feel like Purdy, like, he's just gonna make a mistake or something. He's still young. But Chiefs 49ers, I feel like that's a good one, man. What about Chiefs? Oh man, Chiefs Eagles. That would be a crazy matchup too, though. You can't lie. I love that matchup. Just the headlines, you know, just like, oh yeah, his former team, former coach for the Eagles, Andy Reid. You know, they're gonna be like putting that shit all over the headlines. You know what I mean? Like that would be so funny. You know what I mean? He's like former Eagles coach, Andy Reid. You know, like man, Andy Reid's a great coach, man. Like just a grinder, man. Like I've seen all the heartbreaks, you know what I mean? Like throughout the years with McNabb and all that. But it's nice seeing like some, you know, some just getting their shine, you know, they're just being persistent, staying consistent, and just, you know, just doing things right, you know, and then things come to you. And then look at him, man. He has a dominant, like, got Mahomes, man. Like, I just really like that coach, man. And I like what the Seahawks are doing with Geno Smith. That the whole story with Geno Smith is like, you know, I used to watch him in West Virginia. He would put up some points, you know, back in college, you know, and you know, breaking the whole Seahawks franchise record for passing. Gotta give Geno Smith some credit, man. He was like, he's just a team player, man. Like he was a backup for a long time in the NFL, and like he's getting his time to shine. And with Kenneth Walker, it's just like, you know, a lot of people think the 49ers are gonna beat the Seahawks easily. Honestly, man, that's not an easy game, you know, because just like Pete Carroll, man. Pete Carroll's crazy, and then that defense is super fast. That secondary, they know how to fly. So it's gonna be interesting, you know. I mean, you still got to account for, like, you know what I mean, that offense is cool, man. Like it's just that the 49ers, man, they don't give you easy yards, man. Like when it's like it's like 3rd and 2, they won't even let you get the 2 yards, bro. Like, and they're just so good in the red zone area. Like their red zone defense is just like, man, 49ers just stout defense, man. Definitely the best defense left in out of all these teams. I feel like their defense is really good. I mean, I like the Chargers secondary, but Joey Bosa, he needs to start generating more pressure against other teams. You know, I feel like they're not putting too much pressure. You know what I mean? With the Ravens, man, I feel like they're just a weird team, man. I mean, but their secondary's trash. You know, so Bills, high power offense. They just move the ball, man. But you know, if you think about the Bills though, like their secondary is not like, it's not super stout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously you can't throw like big plays on it, but you could kind of like throw underneath. You know, you can definitely throw in the middle of the field. Like you could work the middle of the field. So, I think the Eagles, man, like, shit, man, it's gonna be a great season, y'all. Like, or not great season. It's gonna be a great playoff Super Bowl. So, yeah, man, we'll see what happens, y'all. Yeah, man, tell me what your predictions are, and you know what I mean. Let me know. Peace.